Here's a big thanks for joining us for the 2022 Overdrive's Pride and Polish final results. I'm Overdrive editor Todd Dills, and this year we ran the virtual competition a little bit later in the year than we have for the past couple of years. The physical, in-person show season this year has been back in force, of course, and we've been thinking of this year's online competition as a fine way to put a cap on that here at the end of October, showcasing the work put in by truck owners all across the nation and the very best in custom rigs. Throughout the summer months, dozens upon dozens of Overdrive readers entered their mostly working, show-ready rigs with photos that we then put up for a round of audience voting throughout the month of September. That's right, your owner-operator peers picked the winners here, and speaking of which, we've got the champs coming up here in 7 categories. 4 for working trucks, with 2 each for Bobtail and combo classes delineated by year. There's 1 limited mileage category for power units that experience less of the wear and tear of the road, which is also open to custom builders' showpieces. There's an antique category for anything older than 25 years, so the 1997 model year this time around, and a best interior class as well. So here we go. Again this year, to take us through it all, we've got trucking's biggest fan, Robb Mariani, past host of the American Trucker documentary series on the Speed channel, and whom you can find today via the site for all those just flat out obsessed with trucks and trucking, semifreaks.com. Robb's going to run us through the final results. So without further ado, Robb, take it away.
And thank you, Todd. And a big thanks to Overdrive Magazine, my favorite magazine from my childhood. Remember, it's the voice of the American trucker. And this is Overdrive's Pride and Polish Awards 2022. Let's get the show on the road. And we begin with our first category, limited mileage. That is for those custom projects and builds that have trucks that aren't exactly working full-time.
And in the limited mileage category, the second runner-up goes to owner-operators Dwayne and Jenny Roddert. Rodderts, who hail from Montrose, Missouri, and their 1972 W900 flat-top double bunk is about killing me. Dwayne and Jenny tell us that the truck was purchased by Everett Roddert in 1973 and enjoyed a rebuild in 2017, and wow, what a powerhouse of a classic. Congratulations to the Roddert family. That is one great example of American iron.
And the first runner-up award goes to Kenny Wilson and his 1980 FLC 120 Freightliner. I got a chance to see this truck up close and personal at Brad White's Southern Classic Truck Show a few weeks ago. Kenny was parked right next to our buddy Fred Alexander with his 1980 FLC. And boy, what a show they put on. Saved from the salvage yard and ends up in a Netflix movie as an extra. Way to go, Kenny. And rounding out the 2022 limited mileage category, we have a winner, and it is Marvin Graves in his 1963 B61 Mac. No frills here, all awesome. This old Mac is now pulling for Jesus, as it is a member of the Truckin' Troubadours for Christ truck stop ministry out of Cortez, Colorado. Can we get an amen on that, and congratulations. Rolling along with the 2022 Overdrive Pride and Polish Awards, and the next category is going to be interiors for the best in inside finishes and creature comforts. The second runner-up of interiors, Mr. Robert Hallahan out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, with his 2022 Peterbilt.
The joke is on you.
Robert took home some hardware last year with Pride and Polish in the limited mileage category, and looks like he's at it again, winning some more hardware.
And the first runner-up goes to David Parmer of Georgia with his 73 white Freightliner, Big Green Mean Machine.
Very nice truck. David bought this truck off of eBay in 2004, a late restoration in 2015, and right now this Detroit-powered 13-speed big bad cab over is the first runner-up in Interiors 2022 Pride and Polish. Way to go, David. And the winners of the P&P 2022 Interior class goes to Rick and Terry Henderson out of Rittman, Ohio, who run for Bennett. They decided they were going to put together this truck for this year's competition. My. They have a toilet, a shower, a kitchen. The only thing they don't have is a laundry machine, which they don't have to worry about because they basically just cleaned up the category of interiors. Congratulations. And for the P&P 2022 next category, let's shift into old school, shall we? Anything 25 years and older. Antique class. Second runner-up in Antiques goes to Horace Goldman in his 1987 359. Oh yeah, baby. Last year of the 359, giving way to the 379, another Pete classic. Congratulations, Horace. Climbing through the gears in the antique category for the 2022 Pride and Polish, we have, oh boy, a 1968 Peterbilt Plum Crazy. Wayne Lucan out of Richmond, Minnesota. Oh, baby, I am plum crazy about Plum Crazy. You know what I'm saying, brother. That old school 68 Pete is killing me, bro. 5 holes. You need 5 holes. Congrats. And how about that 75 Wilson? Rolling into Overdrive in the antique class for the 2022 Pride and Polish Awards, we have a winner. Oh, yeah, we do. A 1975 white Freightliner Powerliner. Congratulations, Gary Wasco. Powered by a 12V DD and 391 rears. This baby hauls, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm pretty certain that we had this truck on American Trucker when we filmed at South Bend. And I'm still in love with it. Overdrive's P&P Awards roll on with the stars of the trucking world. The workhorses. Next category is the working combo, 2012 or newer. Second runner-up, hailing from Texas, is Wally Daniels. This independent owner-operator bought this truck back in 2017, and in his words, it was pretty much a plain wrapper. No chrome, nothing special. Wally's 389 is hooked to a 2020 rampant 40-ton RGN. After many, many hours, and I'm sure a few dollars later, he has this sucker looking as good as you can get it, and it matches his 2017 Harley-Davidson. Nice job, Wally. Hammering down in the working combo class, we have the first runner-up. Out of Kingsport, Tennessee, it is none other than Gary Johnson and his Peterbilt, better known as the Hustler. The Hustler is hooked to a 21XL Specialized SDE 100. To make things even more efficient, he's got a Stage 2 PDI tuner. He's got about every possible light you can put on it, a Brunner 4-door chrome headache rack, and he's even got a full polish by the Little Sisters Truck and Wash Polish in Barstow, California. Gary shoots and scores. We are in Overdrive in the 2022 working combo, and it is none other than Robert Hallahan. The joke's on you, more like the dew is on you. Mountain Dew Green and Omaha Orange. There's nothing dry about that 2022 Great Dane dry van, and my word, he's got tons of goodies from Iowa Customs right down to Dynaplex Pipes. Congratulations again. Your winner. It's looking clean and green as we move on to the Working Bobtail 2015 and newer in the 2022 Overdrive Pride and Polish Awards. And the second runner-up in the Working Bobtail 2015 or newer goes to Mark Havens and his 2023 Peterbilt 389 EX HD. Ordered in the fall of 2021, it took 11 months to get this truck, and when Mark got it, he ordered it basically in his birthday suit. That's because Mark wanted to dress his baby, and he did. Oh boy. Fenders, lights, bumpers. He's put everything into this. It's got full air ride, discs all the way around. Heck of a nice truck. Bringing the pride. The first runner-up in the Working Bobtail 2015 and newer looks very familiar. If trophies were bacon, we are ready for breakfast. In fact, they'll serve it up in Rick and Terry Henderson's 2022 Peterbilt with a kitchen. Table for two, please. Pulling up to the fuel island with the winner of the 2015 and newer Working Bobtail. Your winner, best Working Bobtail 2015 or newer, is the man, John McCormick, with Bandit. The Kentucky-based McCormick has plenty of smoky details on this rig, plenty of lights, Roadworks bling, and a Valley Chrome 22-inch blind bumper. John and his Bandit are looking to steal the show. P&P 22 downshifts into the Working Combo 2011 and older. And your second runner-up, leased owner-operator Chris Rose in his 07 P379. Hailing from Killen, Alabama, Chris is killing it with his 144-inch ARI Big Bunk, a.k.a. Highway Hilton. The show goes on with our first runner-up, Jeffrey Longhorn, and his 02379. From the taillights to the headlights, this truck is a metaphorical blaze of awesome custom. From the spread axle Great Dane to the badass fenders, Jeffrey has just extinguished the competition. There's too much to list. Based in Michigan, Longhorn has been a volunteer firefighter for 20 years, and he has clearly ignited his passion for all things firefighter with this awesome rig. And for the winner in the Working Combo 2011 and older, we have a duet. Show Motion fleet owner Mike Schirkenbach and his driver Harold Smith. When driver Harold Smith of Bulls Gap, Tennessee was all set to retire, his boss Mike at Show Motion threw him the keys to this Pete, bought him a 2018 Great Dane trailer. And to me, that combination is music to my eyes. Note to self. I'm almost positive I was at that loading dock in Atlanta with Big Mike of Roadshow on American Trucker. That Pete hits the winning note. And that brings us to our final category, Working Bobtail 2014 and older. Hailing from Taylorville, Nova Scotia, Brooke Taylor loves this 1996 Miss Kitty. She's even cat-powered with a 3406. And with 550 horsepower, Miss Kitty likes to roar. Congrats, Brooke and Miss Kitty. And first runner-up is Charles J. Thomas with his 1995 Western Star Heritage. I love this truck. It is understated, but makes a heavy statement. One of the best sleepers ever to be on the market. Awesome truck. And the winner out of Easton, Minnesota, it is once again Horace M. Goldman and his 87 Peterbilt 359. Always remember, a 359 is a winner every time. And that will polish off Overdrive's Pride and Polish Awards for 2022. Big thanks to all of our drivers that have entered, and a big thanks to every single driver that's out there delivering America one load at a time. Without you, well, we don't even want to think about that. God bless. See you next year on Overdrive's Pride and Polish Awards.
And for me and all of us at Overdrive, there's a big salute to the truck owners who participated this year. We're in the process of creating official award plaques for all winners and finalists to mail out in the coming weeks. Thanks also to Robb Mariani for running down the results, and to you for tuning in. Keep your browser on overdriveonline.com in the coming weeks for profiles of all of the winners. That's overdriveonline.com/custom-rigs. And again, you can find host Robb Mariani over at semifreaks.com, where he's proprietor with North Carolina-based small fleet owner and similarly trucks-obsessed builder Brad Wyke. I know they've got some video projects cooking for later in this year and into 2023, so keep tuned. And a final massive congrats to all of our Pride and Polish winners and finalists. Anybody else looking forward to the 2023 show season? I know I am. We'll see you then.